the building.
Of course. We know who the water H2O is.
Let it rain, man. Let it rain.
And I don't think I need any introductions right now.
88.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, definitely.
88 caliber.
You got them bars. You got them bars.
You need to open up with a freestyle.
When is the trio?
You know
what happens. You know what happens.
Listen, you need to promote yourself. You can't call your 88 bars and not promoting yourself. Let's go.
You know I got mad bars, man.
Give me a
I always got a freestyle all the time.
But for now, check the YouTube. Check the YouTube page.
Check the YouTube. I just dropped one with Dynasty the Artist. You know, everyone asked me to show up and freestyle with them, so it doesn't matter who it is, I'm gonna do it.
I watch this. Yeah.
Sort of like that hairy guy.
This used to be my freestyle with Johnson, right?
Hey.
You dropping bars?
My name is Warren B, coming to the area, rapping in this class, causing mass hysteria. I'm throwing out bars like I never did before. So come on and listen, be sure to shut the door.
That's it. No more.
Cut it.
You gotta subscribe. You gotta pay for the rest, man.
That's what we do. That's a quick lunch he just cooked up.
That's what we do right there. You know
See me on the next month's subscription of the Source magazine. Is that still on? Or they canceled it? They canceled it?
You can
Source.
You know what his rap name is? The Outlet.
The outlet.
Don't play it.
Don't play.
Plug
I
in.
got bars for days.
Plug
Listen, if I wasn't a bus driver, yo, Drake, watch your ass. Calling you out, Drake.
Why would you tell him to watch his ass? Just be Drake beside me. I'll help you win your battle. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying Drake needs help in his battles?
Nah.
No,
We put Crispy against Drake's Imposter.
But
That'd be a battle.
But it was one. It was
Battle of the Lightsmiths.
It was one against how many people you had to battle. He needed a little help there. You know what I mean? Just a little battle. Just a little battle. Yeah.
Oh man.
Drake, I'll give you a hot 16 to still. Do not money for still.
One of these days I'll give the guy some bars on the podcast for sure.
Yeah.
That ain't no joke. You gotta wait, don't worry, the intro's coming, right?
Easy.
What we got for the intro be?
Well, wait.
Yeah,
Hold on. Yeah. But hold on.
We here right now?
Drizzy, Mr. Drake, wherever you are. If you want to do something really outrageous and big, come on.
The podcast.
Anytime. I know it's probably never reached you, but I'm just saying.
Oh, it'll reach you. It'll reach you. Just open up your ears.
I'm just saying, you can come here and unleash and say whatever you want. Don't worry about it.
Let out your frustration.
We can welcome anybody out here. That's definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't only have to be a Drake, but anyways.
I like the call out there. See what happens.
Since we're talking Canadian right now, we got a shout out to our boy, Mr. Pilgrim.
J. Pill.
Shout out to our boy, went to high school with. He's now doing his acting thing, does the plays, and he is in the
Kim's
Kim
Convenience.
Convenience. There's a play that is going on right now.
In BC.
And we just want to give him a shout out and
Congrats, homie. I told you, you're going to be the next Denzel Washington. Easy work.
Keep pushing forward.
Easy work. We got you. We're supporting you. You're a man from Rex. We got your back.
It's true.
Just keep striving. Keep doing your thing. You'll get there.
and there's a seat here for you anytime, brother.
Amen.
Just here anytime. All right, boys. Anyone got some hot topics? Anything you want to discuss?
I was going to start with the NBA All-Star.
Okay, we will start with that.
What's going on?
What do boys really think about that? So they're doing a mini tournament.
Change
4
it again.
teams, 3 games, and I guess Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny get to draft the teams, 24 All-Stars. There's no East or West or certain type of competition, you know. And then the kicker is the winner of the sophomore rookie game, the Rising Stars game. They'll be involved as well as the 4th team. So I'm just wondering how that's going to go. What do you guys think? This new format is this worth the rundown, or we still got to do this? Who's the best of the East and West? Shoot it out like they did in the rodeo times.
What do you think?
Is your hot honey?
I like.
Is that a hot
I'm
honey?
old school, so you know I like the.
Is wifey blowing you up for chicken finger?
So the old school NBA, how they used to do, was cool, and they changed it up, I guess, for their ratings or whatever for some reason. I don't know. I guess it's because the competition isn't the same anymore. These guys don't compete for it no more. You just dash up half-court threes and just let everybody go by.
Changed the game.
Nah, you know what? I'm not gonna blame Steph. It's allowing everyone else to think they're Steph.
Right.
That's the issue.
I wouldn't say it's playing. We just kind of
Yeah.
They want to shoot. go to the All-Star game to see who's the best in the NBA, right? And I think it takes away from them being in their separate conferences, the East and the West, to say, you know, what's the better conference.
Yeah.
Even the teams work hard to win the chip, so they can say, well, the chip's still in the East, or the chip's
Or
still in the West.
Yeah.
You know?
Personally, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get what Adam Silver is doing. I commend him for always striving to gain attention for the league and pushing it forward. I'll give him his props for that. But sometimes you just have to sit down and say, listen, we have a product here. Is this gonna make it? Is this really gonna push the bar forward and make it more popular, or are people gonna get pissed off? Because me personally, I'm gonna agree with you. I agree with the old school format, East versus West. I just think that there should be more of an incentive to those teams.
I get it, yeah.
That would somehow affect the playoffs. Now, I'm not in that boardroom, I'm not making any decisions, but there has to be something that they can come up with their collective minds. Say, listen, this is what we're gonna incentivize. That's okay. If the East wins, if the West wins, then they get some type of benefit in the playoffs. Adding these whole tournaments and four teams or 24 players, I don't get it. Like, to me, it makes no sense. And I think the prize money was, how much is the prize money?
Well, it's 1.8 million for the team. So I think
For the
what he
team.
said 125 for each player.
So you have to divide that amongst all stars, right? That's nothing to make them go all out for.
But I think he said 50,000 for something. I don't know if that's the other team.
I think that's
that's what it
for the
said.
other team.
I mean, we should hold a vote. Do you guys prefer the old school format, where it's just simply East versus West,
Or
Or-
they're trying new things each year.
or these tactics where they try something different each year? Put on a vote. Let me see what you guys think.
Now, with this one, what I think they're trying to do, like I was telling you guys earlier, where they're doing the Rising Stars to play as the fourth team, playing against the NBA stars, all stars, is that might at least, see, depending on how far they get, hopefully will make them compete, because as NBA All Stars, do you want to lose to the like
G League or
G
sophomore.
League and second year players? I don't think. I know it's an All Star game. They'll probably be like, oh, whatever, we're just thinking it up. But you gotta have some pride. That's the thing. What we say about the league now. There's no heart. There's no pride in I don't want to lose. It's I get my check. I'm good. Whether I win or lose, that's great. But there's no heart. That's why the All Star game back then was competitive. At least the first 3 quarters, and in the fourth, you know, you got like first 3 quarters. Yeah, they did things, but you can still see they were playing. They were still doing stuff. They were still playing defense. They were still trying to fight for position. You can see these clips though.
Yeah.
What was it? It was Pippen and Barkley fighting for position in the All Star game. Now people were, I know people are gonna be like, oh, you don't want our play. Do you want your $100 million play getting hurt? Well,
Before the playoffs.
why you pay them $100 million? And two, you can get hurt anytime. Like this, what you signed up for. That's part of the league. You make it. You go to the All Star game. You put some type of competitive. No one's saying you have to fight each other and get mad, but like if he's in front of you, don't just he did one move. Oh, okay.
I think that's
Let
why
me
the
run
East
down.
and the West thing is so important. Because just like your point right there, Barkley was playing on Phoenix, and Pippen and them only see each other twice, maybe 3 times
But they had
during
the
the
heart.
regular season.
So they had the heart. They didn't want to lose to that person. They
Exactly.
didn't even remember. They don't have that now. Remember, they're all friends.
I got a question for you guys.
On the court, they're all friends. Off the court's cool, but on the court, they're all friends.
Yeah,
Facts.
it is true.
I got a question for you guys. When you're watching the All Star game, right? Would you? So basically, the All Star game is to showcase the skill level of each All Star.
Yep.
Would you, at this point, would you prefer seeing the skill level or 4 quarters of straight competitiveness? Like, do you want like say like back in
3
the day?
quarters of skill, and at least 4th quarter, that's when you go at it. I don't want it being blown out by the 2nd quarter and 3rd quarter. Even so, make it a blowout because you guys are actually playing.
Right.
Like back in the day,
I
you
think
never
you're
saw.
talking the competitive part of it is on both sides. So if they played all out, like if they really played all out, all 4th quarter, you would get some alley-oops, you would get a lot of different basketball play, but the IQ and the speed of the game would be much greater
Gotcha.
because the defense is all the elite guys. You're you don't have to run plays. They're all IQ. So you're gonna see momentum each way. And I think that's what you miss. I think a lot of them, they let them do the dunks, right? The guy comes through the lane, we're gonna let you dunk instead of fouling. So you're not gonna see a regular. It's not meant to be a regular season because they would have the fouls. They would use their fouls. You know what I mean? So the showcase part of it, I think, the first half. Let's say the first half you do your showcase. That doesn't have to say the skills. It just gives them the time to do their the alley oops and certain windmill dunks that you're not gonna see all the time, right?
Do you remember that year that it was down to the wire when it was Iverson and Marbury
Right.
Caribbees?
Exactly.
Okay, using that as an example, right? Say it was like that all 4 quarters.
Right.
Would you rather prefer seeing that all 4 quarters or like the Vince Carter dunks, the Kobe?
So I think I like all of it. You wouldn't get to see Vince do that 360 on the baseline if a man's gonna foul him. And for 4 quarters, you can foul, but again, if the guys are playing fully competitive, you're not gonna get your top guys or whichever guys you want all the time. Definitely a man's gonna foul him. But now you're gonna put it onto the refs, and then again, it's the all stars.
But I'm not just saying necessarily foul and like really be up, but like if the ball swings, if we're on this side, the ball swings to the other side,
Right.
swing with it. Make it look like you're trying to stop the ball. If he gets by you, no one's saying like grab him down and bring it down. Okay, you let him go and maybe hopefully the man can maybe jump or something at it. But now it's to get the ball, the inbound is this. Guy catches it, dribbles in, dunks. No one is stepping in at all. How do you get to 200 points? Don't tell me these guys are that skilled. No, they are not.
Well,
they are.
Very skilled. Like
No. I'm saying if there's
There's
defense,
no defense.
there's no defense. So I'm saying yes, you can hit 200 points at their level, yes. But if there's some type of defense being, some type of heart, some type of okay, I don't want to lose. They're not reaching 200 points.
But then that's the foul, regardless.
Like
Because we all play ball. You know what it is. They took the hand checking rule away. But regardless, we all play ball, all 3 of us. You're gonna foul a little. If you don't want them to
that's
score,
fine. Take a foul,
like,
bro.
like remember back in the day when I used to play, you used to follow me, so I would be like dunking, I got it. Excuse me. That's in the past. It's all the time. Or it's across the keel over, break his ankles, but that's old talks.
What?
That's old talks. We're talking about that. We always play ball. I get it.
What?
Continue. What are you saying?
Remember episode 1 when he said
What?
when he said we were playing ball?
Pass it over here. Pass it over
You
here.
guys don't remember that?
Pass it over here. I want some of that too. Pass it
When
over
I had
here.
on my Kobe jersey,
I want some of this. Pass it
and the
over
kid
here.
was under the rim, and the kid was like, no,
Notice how the man
No.
said under
No.
the rim.
and I was like, shut up, H2O,
bet you-
boom.
Are you not? The man said no.
I bet.
The kid was like, no,
Yo.
no.
I bet you my back was towards him too.
And then Ronald
Because that's not only how he's doing it.
was like, attack, don't do it to him. I was like, forget you, Ronald. This is all of them in the air, right? This is all happening when I'm in the air. Like, the kid was down there, the kid was like, no. And Ronald was like, don't do it to him. I'm like, yo, shut up. I'm like, yo, boom. Take your way out of Jersey now. Walk it. Went like that.
Ever sells you that coach, bro?
Nah, it's stronger.
I don't even know where you went with this.
Yo, bro, we can go back to John.
Nice.
We can go back to Johnson and find it in the archive.
I didn't think Warren dunked.
Man, you're smoking that.
You never saw me dunk? Lord have mercy.
Warren ever
Donuts.
Yo,
Fries
Hold on a second.
in the dip, in the condiment.
hold on a second. Yo, you never saw me doing windmills in Jim A.
Did you say Jim A?
You never saw me doing windmills in Jim A.
I've seen you do windmills.
You never saw me do windmills in Jim A.
I've seen you do windmills. No one said you don't. I can do windmills too. I can stand and twirl in the air. Ballerinas do windmills all the time, bro. There's a windmill right there.
I was doing 360s. Yo, Vince called me up and they were like, yo, what dunk should I do in the 2000 dunk off? I'm like, yo, I do like a 360 on those.
Let's go back to what you said.
Let's go back to this guy's dream.
Pull it up the archives.
Let's come back to reality.
Pull it up the archives.
Let's go back to what you were trying to say
Pull up the archives.
about the skills competition.
Oh yeah, skills competition.
What your thing about the 1v1?
Yeah, so I'm saying
That's not a bad idea.
instead of the skills competition, they should do a one-on-one. Like I would love, even though these All-Stars have a reputation to
Winner
protect.
stays on?
King of the Court. I was thinking Kings of the Court would be good.
King of the Court,
They run a King of the
or I don't know. We should do another one. King of the Court or
Or
1v1.
1-on-1v1.
Yeah.
They should keep the skills competition.
Really?
They could probably, you know what they should do? They should add a player or moving, something moving. Not to say a player, but because they're going around the statues, if they add some sort of defender, they probably make it a little bit better. That's why the guys are so lackadaisical when they're going through it, right?
Yeah, not actual people there or something. It's just,
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might make it a little more.
But I think that idea that we were talking about, that'd be smart. Because seeing the best players go one-on-one, it wouldn't be, have to be 24 of them. You select like
Yeah, it's just,
8,
it's a small
you know, or
selection.
6, whatever, something like that, and they run a King of the Court, and whoever gets through the most guys, they give the trophy to.
Who would you want to start off in King of the Court? Who would you?
I'd like to
what
see
would you-
Kyrie with the ball first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd love to see
Ooh.
Kyrie.
Yo,
Who's beating one on? Who's
He just
beating-
got the belt,
Ooh.
right? He just got
With
the
the team,
belt.
right?
Balance.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I was just about to say.
No, we be talking facts.
The whole, they did a one-on-one with the team, like everyone, Kyrie beat everyone on
I
the
can see
team.
that. I can see that.
And he
That
got
would be
the
a good start one. Who do you think would beat it? Who do you think would come close
Not
to
even
the King of the Court? Oh, definitely. I don't.
the fantasies.
Honestly, God, listen, because he has a name, I wouldn't want to take that away from him. So you know what?
Wait, you wouldn't want to take over from
I
Kyrie?
said you can take Kyrie's name away from him.
I love this.
Wait.
Kyrie, listen. You stick your ass in Dallas. You don't want any of this Canadian crossover. You stay right there. We'll just keep to the facts. Kyrie don't want
I'd like to see
Kyrie don't want none of this.
I'd like to see Kyrie start. Who do you face first? You?
Man, I said,
Well,
I give him that poutine. You know what I'm saying?
Outside of me,
Outside.
I think Kyrie versus Kerr would be a good one.
Curry? Okay.
Curry's got some moves. We just.
Very good dribble.
I don't know if he can.
I'm not saying he's Kyrie level of.
No, right
I
there.
don't know, I don't know.
Is he gonna stop Kyrie
Defense.
first? That's all I wonder.
Is Kyrie a defender?
He can, but not like it. Remember Steph and Kyrie when it was prime time,
Yeah.
Golden State, and prime time Cleveland with LeBron and Kyrie. They had their matchup together, and it was nice.
Yeah.
If you watch that whole thing, the blocks, the steals on both sides, it was nice.
Yeah, I think you give Kyrie the ball first. That's gonna be hard for Curry.
I know that.
That's gonna be hard.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Who would you say next? Kill, you bring me that. Who would you want next? Matchup
I don't
two.
follow these guys right now, but would you keep it? But yeah, would
No, but
you?
you know.
Would you keep it against guards, or you? Is
No,
anyone
anything.
matching up?
You know, it's
Anyone can
1v1,
sign.
it's King of the Court.
That's proper.
Rolling. I mean, if you said Jokic or something, like, whatever you feel. I'm telling you.
You know,
Let's play LeBron.
Yeah.
So-
So, LeBron.
Kyrie.
Oh, that'd be nasty.
that'd be nice, yeah.
Who gets the ball first?
Shoot the ball. Which probably end up being.
No, you want to give LeBron the ball first.
I think
Handle that
I think
kid.
Kyrie could stop him.
Now, handle that kid.
If LeBron goes straight to the post, he's not. It's Kyrie.
You know what's gonna be nice?
Might strip him. You might figure him out.
He might. Kyrie gets the ball, he's
How
not.
much of a post game LeBron has? I don't know what kind of post game he has. I'm not saying he's garbage. I'm not saying he's great, but I don't know what his post game's like. So it could be basic where Kyrie just see, okay, I see what he's doing.
Right.
He does move strip. Now I got it.
You know what's gonna be a nice one? Shy versus Goodman from Memphis, whatever his name is.
John
Morant
Morant
and
uh,
Shai.
SJ versus
Yeah, that would be
SGA.
that would be nice.
That would be nice.
Because if when one man blows by the other,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
those donkey.
No, but the defender can catch up and block that. Either one. can do that.
Kevin Durant versus Tatum. I think that'd be nice. The defense is gonna be the winner there. KD's pull up is like.
The only thing I think Tatum might get him because
That's a
he's
hard
a little bit younger, and I don't know.
Tatum's nice too.
I don't know about KD's legs. His injuries might kick in. It might click during that game. You know, you never know.
Speaking of injuries, who would have been this one? AD versus homeboy that has like nose fracture. What's his name again? Embiid.
Oh,
So they walk on the court, someone's gonna get
yo, that's a good match. AD is nice, you know.
But hold on.
AD's nice too.
It's not
If they play.
really a question of who wins. It's who's injured first. Who's dropping first? Because whoever drops first, the other person's winning. Done. You win the game.
Embiid is always fun.
Oh.
It's not insulting. He's just like he's taking the name from AD as like Mr.
Injury prone.
Yeah, man. Like
have to run.
Iverson, man.
Yo,
It's not Iverson at all. He's not even Moses Malone.
Ivy made the finals.
He's not even Dr. J. He needs to slow down.
that whole trust the process thing is
Barkley has more than him too.
Anyone who's gone to the finals has more than him. Whether they win or not.
He needs to cool.
Sorry to say. And oh, you know what the funny thing is too? Philly does not have a great record,
No.
but
Paul George and them are
Who's their
working. Who's his coach right now?
home with Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto.
Nick
the
Nurse.
nurse.
Poor guy. He took on like.
And you have a better roster than the Raptors.
He has a nice roster. He has
And
Max.
you're the same as the Raptors right
You
now.
think so?
Yes,
No,
Paul
not
George.
now.
He
No,
does.
sorry.
Right now.
That's
this
what I'm
year.
talking about right now.
Yeah,
And we
this
have the
year.
same record.
Hold on, wait. So
Raptors right, Philly right now has a better team than the Raptors right now. I'm not
Yes.
talking about back then.
On paper and in real life.
No, that's just what I'm saying. They have basically the same record, but you have Embiid, you have Paul George. Raptors
And
have.
Maxey, Tyrese
you know, I feel
Maxey,
so
yeah.
bad for PG, Paul George.
Why?
That
They
situation.
shouldn't have made him leave LA.
No one
He was
told
fine
him. No one
there.
told him to be that.
But he's getting signed. So that situation in LA, Harden was barely there. Kawhi, freaking
Kawhi is hurt all the time.
part
I
time,
understand.
whatever the hell you want to call him.
He should not be hurt. Yeah, I
Kawhi?
understand, but he's hurt.
Kawhi ain't hurt, though.
No,
Kawhi's
he's
just,
chilling.
listen,
Kawhi
Kawhi's
is great.
pimping the game from.
Kawhi is the greatest NBA player.
Trust me.
Okay.
He just goes where he wants to
He
win
is
his
the
chips.
greatest NBA player right now.
He just goes
I
where
will
his chips where he wants to go.
A Kawhi
I told him
career.
that he's still the greatest. I don't care if he's losing or he hasn't been played. Like,
Why is the greatest career? My man's still making money. No one talks about him as like, oh,
he should.
he's this, he's that. He has titles.
What are you gonna say?
He's getting his dollars.
Now Harden's running the show. Harden's doing good though.
Yeah, man, going anywhere.
They need them. I'm not gonna say they don't. If Kawhi was playing there with Harden, they could win a chip. With Zubac and those guys, they could win. They could really win.
You know who's playing nice for the Clippers that I give him respect? Powell.
Yeah.
He's actually been really consistent since he's been on that team.
Yeah, Norm.
Yeah.
Norm
I like that.
He's just not a
No,
superstar.
No one's always been
But he can't be a superstar on that team.
No,
It's almost impossible.
But he's not a superstar.
he's not. Yeah,
That's
a
a
great
that's
role player.
Yeah, that's it. He's a superstar role player.
I'll tell you this right
Super
now.
role player.
If he was playing for Toronto, he'd be up there.
Would he?
He was already on our team.
No, he'd have, I wouldn't call him a superstar, but he would at least be
He was a great role player. He was our sixth man. That's why he
no,
got
he'd
you.
be more than a role player if he was on the Raptors right now.
But
Come on.
would he be able to be consistent enough? Because there'd be more pressure. He doesn't have that pressure
If he
in
played
LA.
for Toronto,
He doesn't have that pressure in LA. He's not going to be looked at as the star guy. We need you to score. If he's here, at some point you're going to look to him to be like, hey, we need you to be a 1 or 2. He's not a 1 or 2. So he can give you like maybe 3 games straight of, say he does like 35, 30, maybe Luxembourg gets a 40. But in the next 5, he might give you 15, 16.
No,
But that's his role.
I don't think you'd have to be the man still, because you still have.
But you need
still have,
someone
you
to,
still have,
but
you
you're
still have
looking to
Barrett. You still have Barrett.
RJ's nice.
But
So is
there,
Barnes.
but
You still have Barrett.
Barrett is not a like playing behind a Kawhi or a Harden or like they're not there yet. So he will still have to be
That's why our
a
record
top
is what it is.
top 3 then. You have to be top 3.
Barrett's a nice player, but he's upcoming. He's not a
Yeah,
superstar.
he's not.
I don't think it's up and coming now, man. Like he's been in the league for a while.
No, he's still up and like when I mean in rank, like most men don't.
He made a name in the league.
Most men don't get it. You get to the league and like you're not a LeBron. LeBron's gonna come in the league. He's gonna shape the league right away because you're LeBron. You know what I mean? But some guys come like look Tatum. Tatum now you believe he's nice, but he's still to me like he's better than RJ, right? Because he got more grooming and all that. But he's the same way. It took him maybe about he's like 7, 8 years in the league, and then now he's nice. So most of the guys they come in the league and that's what happens. About the game slows down, they get stronger and faster, and then they be able to get over on some of the older guys. And I mean LeBron is prolific with his age, his body, and some of that, there's not a lot of older guys like that. But when it comes to some of these younger guys, it's just their time now. Like you see Jokic, he's moving guys. He knows what to do. He's great with what he does. But it took Denver at least those 4, 6 years. Remember they would lose all the time. Everyone's like they were nice, but they would lose. You know what I mean? So it takes them some time. RJ, our team is just two guys really. Everything else is young.
Which is
Super
fine.
young.
Which
The Darko guy?
Darko, whatever his name is.
I don't know his last name.
No,
I don't know. I don't think he's the issue right now.
I mean,
Our
We're always
team is
changing
young.
coach.
Our
You
team is
can't
young.
keep changing the coach and be like, when your team's not even solid yet. Like,
It's not
we don't
that
even
yet.
have
It's
we don't even have a team that's
We still need a
going
seven.
places to
Like
be
a
like,
real seven.
like you see with, who was it? What's his face before Nurse? Nurse was assistant to him. Casey,
Casey? Yeah.
right? Casey had the team for a good amount of years, built up, but we kept getting stopped at a certain point.
Casey was
So they
stronger.
felt like, okay, we need to change. Those kind, even though people didn't like it, I can understand it at that point.
But
This guy's in one season with a team we know is not going to the playoffs. We already knew this.
Casey was only getting stopped because of LeBron. Bro.
But no, but you have to get to that point. That's what I'm saying. And he was getting there consistently, and he was getting somewhere, right? They didn't get rid of him after the first 2 or 3
We
seasons.
didn't have a
That
shit
we
team.
They got rid of him after he won Coach of the Year.
With
Okay,
DeRozan,
which we
Lowry,
done before.
we got Kawhi, when
we
had
did that to,
DeRozan and Lowry and stuff,
Mitchell,
we had a good
Yeah.
team.
right?
We had a good team before we got Kawhi. Like DeRozan,
I'm
Lowry.
sure this thing.
We just
We
needed
had- we
one
still-
good one.
We
We
got
can't
Coach.
beat. We
We
couldn't beat
did
them.
after that. My bad.
Who?
Casey. I think
Dwayne
he
Casey.
Coach of
maybe
the year.
after he won Coach of the Year. I think
Yeah.
he won 1 year as Coach of the Year. Then they got rid of him the next year.
Either way, you still got coach.
Maybe
You're still coach of the year by when the next season. It was done. Okay, someone else won it, but you were coach of the year. Still, right? But you can't give this guy 1 year with a team that's not supposed to make playoffs or nothing, and then expect him to be able to just mold them into whoever. Guys are hurt, this and that. Now, if it was like a Nick Nurse situation where he landed with a team already great, and they brought someone in to make you better, and now they say they don't make the playoffs or they make 1 round and get out, then you can be the coach like, okay,
What are you doing?
what's going on here? Like, we left you with the perfect, and all you had to do is just get them over that hump. You couldn't do it. Then I can see it. But in a year like this, you can't. You gotta have a consistent roster for him to
Yeah.
work with to
He
then
need-
really judge him.
He needs Emmanuel, Barnes, and Barrett healthy for us to say the real thing. And those are our 3 key players on this team. Like, you know. But yeah.
Okay.
We're still rebuilding. Yeah. We're
On
what's next?
last thing with the ball, because we talked about this earlier.
Yes.
How you're saying about LeBron and Bronny going to Golden State for was it Wiggins? Like they say like 9
Rumor.
first rounds. I don't know, 5 first for some bunch of first rounds and someone else in a rumor. Right?
First of all, whether it's Bronny going with him or not, LeBron
He's
going
going
with
Anywhere LeBron goes, Bronny is right there.
Well,
Right,
it's
right,
exciting,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
exciting,
yeah.
but once he gets old enough, I don't think
See,
it'll be like that.
It
But
shouldn't matter. I
but-
don't care if he's your son. If he's not good,
if
no. I'm
LeBron
saying-
goes with Steph and they get to keep Draymond, I don't care if they let go of Wiggins or however they want to do, but if they get to
You really
keep
do the Canadian like that, bro?
No, Wiggins is nice, but there's no peace. If they keep Wiggins, they already let go of Clay, so who are you gonna let go? They gotta let go of like 4 men, Looney, Kaminga, like, you know, they gotta let go of 4.
Kaminga's not going anywhere.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
But for LeBron,
But for
you
LeBron,
notice all of
you're
that's
gonna
what
let
happens
go
to
of
every
those.
team.
You're gonna let go 4 or 5 of those key guys if it's not Wiggins and someone else. So if they can keep, God forbid, they keep Wiggins and Draymond, LeBron goes there. That's a chip.
I won't say it's a chip.
That's a
boy.
chip.
Guys are
You can say,
older.
okay, what you say? Draymond, fam, alone, locks down the defense by yourself. Now you have
Yeah.
LeBron who plays defense. I don't care what anyone says, and he'll run down blocks. You know what that does for Draymond? He doesn't have to do the extra. When he runs down now, all he has to do is
But they still have to
the
depend on
rebounding.
the bench because how
you don't need no bench.
Yeah,
You can play one of the stars or 2 of the stars with the bench.
They don't.
When
They don't
Draymond and
play all
Wiggins-
games anymore
That's what I'm
now.
saying. So
LeBron
Draymond-
can't play a whole season. He never played a whole season.
That's
So
what I'm
he's
saying.
not
So,
doing it.
so think about what I'm saying. If
So you
Draymond,
need
if
bench.
Draymond is sitting, right? If Draymond is
Not
sitting
Draymond
with
anymore.
Wiggins, let's just say Draymond is sitting with Wiggins, and it's still LeBron and Curry. You're a powerhouse. I don't care if you have no Kaminga, Looney, doesn't matter. You're a powerhouse. If you sit
Not against
LeBron
a team.
and you still
Not
have
against a
Draymond and
team.
Wiggins playing with Steph, you're still a powerhouse.
Would you say
If you set Steph and you still have LeBron at the point with
But-
Wiggins and Draymond,
But Lakers can't do that with
you're
LeBron
powerhouse.
now.
are you that confident?
They only have LeBron and AD.
LeBron went on his little streak of triple doubles. That's great, but your team is still.
It's
And then
LeBron
now
and
you
AD, and they're
Okay,
all young
but now
guys.
you bring in Steph who gets hurt.
All young guys.
Now
Steph
it's
again.
okay. Steph gets hurt. LeBron gets hurt because it's gonna happen at some point. They're both probably gonna be hurt, or you're gonna have to rest or something.
Steph won't get hurt.
Right.
Now
Are you
it's
still- are you
Steve
still
Kerr.
not-
Okay, now you
Steve
have.
Kerr's not letting
But
LeBron
now,
and Steph
but
get
now
hurt.
you're gonna have to run them through the season because you're gonna have to make. They're not crushing the league. This isn't Golden State with Thompson and them when they were just blowing out teams. It's not happening every game. Listen, it's not happening every game. So they're gonna. Okay, I'm not saying they're not nice, but the league now is different. Like if you play a team, you're not crushing them like that.
Now you think that team is going
Maybe
to
you might get a game.
I didn't say they're blowing. You think I'm talking blowouts. I'm just saying they're gonna win enough games to get to the playoffs.
Okay, but
And
this
then
is what I'm
once they
saying.
get playoffs, it's playoffs.
But you think they're
No,
going 7 people?
hold on. For them to just
7 games.
7 people.
Oh, if they played in the finals? If they had LeBron,
Yes.
Wiggins, Draymond, and
I
Steph,
think they're going 7 people.
No,
they'll beat those guys.
we can
Really?
LeBron, Wiggins, Draymond, and Steph against the Boston team right now, they'll beat those guys.
I'll tell you to beat those guys.
see. You're looking at
No,
it.
no, no,
But
no,
You're
but see,
slipping on the fact that Steph is
You're-
going to hit any three he wants. So
But
once
you're-
LeBron is driving the ball or Wiggins is driving the ball,
you're-
and they have to double. Whatever team chooses to double LeBron or double Wiggins, because they both can score.
Drew, Brown.
You have
Tatum.
Steph running around like a freaking
not
road
running.
runner. Steph is road running everywhere.
Bro,
With
this is
Draymond,
7
setting picks.
games.
It has to be.
This is 7 games
I'll tell you.
that you have to go.
Yeah.
How you're talking is the 4 of them are on the court all game.
Why not? It's playoffs.
They're old. LeBron can't play a whole
First of
game.
all,
Why can't he play whole game?
Because he's old. He rest. He needs
First of all,
management.
you need to put it
It's the
down.
playoffs. It's the
7 games straight. 7 games straight. He's going.
They get
4
2
games.
games. They get 2 days to rest on the NBA Finals. They do not understand this is the playoffs.
Let's make
And
let's
the
so
finals.
is Boston.
And
But
playing 40. And
so is
overtime. And they're gonna go rest for 2 days.
Hold on. Every
And
advantage.
then they're fresh.
Every
again.
advantage he's trying to give
I'm telling you.
Golden State, Boston is getting that too. Golden State gets 2 days rest.
So
So
does
does Boston.
I know,
And they're younger.
It's okay. They're not better.
Their bench is better.
Let's make sure Draymond has
You
the
need a
best
bench.
They're not better than those 4. That's how I feel.
It'd be
Yeah, if you're playing one
That's
game,
how I feel.
you play one game up to 12. Yeah, okay.
No, this is NBA.
You want to go a 7-game
You
season?
know they're all
Hold on.
Steph is the best
Hold
shooter
on.
in the world.
That's great, but he's not. Then Golden State should be on top.
What do you mean?
He's the best shooter in the world. So you're
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
he's the best shooter in the world.
Golden State's
But if
nice
he doesn't,
right now.
but if he doesn't have, but he's the best shooter in the world.
He doesn't have LeBron.
He's the
With-
best
with the
shooter
team,
in.
With the team he has right now, Golden State's nice, It's not like they're not in the playoffs.
Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
They're not doing good so far.
They're nice enough. They're in the playoffs. That's
Right
all
now,
that
they
matters.
show them. Right now,
That's what I'm saying. You make the playoffs great. You're making it as a 8. You struggle. Those guys had to bust their ass all season to make the playoffs. Now you want them to turn it up even more, which you're saying bench doesn't matter. So their bench is shit.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
They get LeBron.
Hold on. Their bench is
A very big piece. Like LeBron
The
is not.
Lakers
LeBron's
got
not a little
LeBron,
piece.
got rid of all of their guys, brought in AD, got this guy, that guy, and did what?
No, the Lakers
Bubble.
messed up.
Wait,
I'm telling
You
you,
can't
I
say-
said,
no,
when the
no,
Lakers
no.
had LeBron and
It's the
AD
same
with
thing
Dwight
that
Howard,
Golden State.
Caldwell Pope, that team, that was the team. When they, not just the
And they got
bubble win,
destroyed.
that was the team.
And it got destroyed after.
I don't know why they did that. That's
Because
their problem.
LeBron.
Because LeBron had the team right there.
Because
LeBron getting rid of Dwight Howard and certain big men. You're saying it's LeBron? I don't believe that.
Why would
LeBron was that team.
He had a team and they won. No, LeBron had a team and he won. So he's like, get rid of them? Does that make sense? I don't think so.
One, money.
I just think, man, they
Money.
couldn't pay.
He probably couldn't get rid of them
Couldn't-
beforehand.
You couldn't pay certain.
Every team he's
Maybe.
gone to,
Maybe.
every team he's gone to, he hasn't just showed up on the team and they play. Whole shitload of people are getting shipped out, and they're good,
No,
decent
but they does
to
show up and
good.
play.
They're decent to good players. That's
You're
great.
right,
but
but
now when he's gone, which he's done to all those teams,
He does show up
the
and
teams
play.
are no good because
The only team he
they
did
got
show up
rid
and
of
play
their
was
team.
Cleveland. And the reason why I say this is when he got to Cleveland, G, that was his team. He's
And-
like
and
he's
who
like
they
the new
get?
Jordan. He got drafted home. Let's
And
just
they
say
went and
Jordan's
got
not
Wade.
from Chicago. I'm
Rose,
saying
they went and got Rose.
no,
they went and
I know,
got this
listen to
guy.
me. They
And you're telling me
They
that
went and
was
got
all the
Shaq. They went and got
organization?
all these people and he couldn't win. This was my point that you're saying. They went and got all these people for him in his hometown and he couldn't win. And you said that he didn't just go there and start playing. Yeah, he started that. He started that. He said, wait, I'm coming to Miami. We're gonna bring Bosch. They went there with 2 man and they got rid of a bunch of people and then they started winning. That's his thing. He went to LA, they got rid of people, they got their team, then he won. So if he goes to Golden State, it's gonna be the same thing that you're saying he didn't do, and that's what he does. He leaves, goes to a place, adds the team, and then he wins. And then when he stays there after, he doesn't win again. Think about it. He had to go back to Cleveland to win again. And he was already in Cleveland.
Then,
You understand?
so I kind of understand the
I'm
mashing
telling you, they're
up.
gonna
When
do that.
if Miami did it or whatever, then I can get it. I understand.
He's
'Cause
old now, but look what he's
now-
doing now. And he's old.
That's great, but you're not winning.
Do you
Like,
think this is
I get it. That it's all the
If they do it, we can
great.
see. I don't
I
think
want
they will.
I'm not saying-
I want to challenge you, Keelan.
Don't get me wrong. I'm
I
not saying they're shit. They have the potential to be what you say,
Mhm.
like what you're saying, going to. But that's what I'm saying. They're going to need the league now. They're going to need a bench the way these guys play. These guys don't play full games anymore.
The West is
If
always
they
stronger
can,
than
they
the
want to.
East.
They want to take them out. They want exactly.
The
So
West
that's
is
making
always
it
stronger
even
than the East.
harder for Golden State now because the West is that strong. I know you got these four guys. I'm gonna make you wear those guys out, and then when you bring that bench on, I'm gonna whoop your bench because you got no bench. So you gotta bring them back on, and I'm gonna wear them out even more.
OKC,
They gotta play
Houston,
defense too, eh?
Denver, top three
You gotta
teams.
chase me on defense.
Okay, in the West, right? And if you add LeBron to stuff, though, I still think we have a chance.
Give me a second. I want to challenge
They do.
you.
They have a chance.
Okay, yeah,
Let me challenge you on something.
Yeah.
Would you rate this as a weak move for LeBron?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Stop. So you said yes, right?
He shouldn't leave.
Hold on. You said you'd rate this as a weak move, right?
He said it. Well, he couldn't compare to Jordan.
Hold on a second. Would you rate this as a weak move by LeBron?
Yes, no, yes, if you're trying to give me that go talk, you're out of that. You weren't in it for me, but
Okay. But
definitely definitely now, you're out of it. It's
Silently-
weak because you know our mentality. You're the star, you want to clean the team. Now, I get it. You're older now.
That's in the catch on.
I get it. But hold on. I know what you want to bring up. I know hold on. I know the three who he wants to bring up, but remember.
No.
But remember, those men didn't have a title.
No.
They had no rings. So you guys are coming together. Yes, I get. They had their reason that when Ray and Garnett did it, yes, they were done. They didn't win it on their own. Okay, they came together. They did their thing. They were at the end of their whatever. Some of them stayed a little bit longer. Blah blah blah. They were trying to get their first title. They did that. These guys are not trying to get their first title. You get together, great. If you win, that's great. But again, it doesn't hurt Steph.
No, you missed what I was going to point.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were going to bring up something else.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Bring it up.
So if you're saying then that this would be a weak move on LeBron, aren't you kind of giving LeBron his props as he's really that guy? Because if he's too old, right, and you're saying that the Boston Celtics are another team that run through them, right? You can't really say that in the same breath because you're saying, okay, it's a cheat code that he's going to play with the next superstar. But if it's a cheat code, you're saying that he's that good.
I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying it's a cheat code. I'm not saying it's a cheat code because
But it's a weak move.
I'm not saying they're going to just. If you're giving me your go talking, you're the greatest at this. You're running to another team again.
No, you.
Yeah. You're running to another team.
That's how
now.
he's in.
That's
That's
not
like
good.
That's how
But
he wins.
you in your eyes, he's a superstar player. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You're a superstar.
So because of the superstar player, he's joining another superstar. You perceive that as being weak. Yes or no? You're
You know,
perceiving
in
you know
what?
You know
In
why
what
it's
way?
weak? You know why it's weak? Because
he's like Kevin Garnett. It's like
God
Kevin Durant.
like God
You know
drafted.
what?
Yes.
You have
Yes,
a
it's
superstar-
weak because of the position everyone wants to put.
No,
LeBron in.
forget
You
everyone.
have to.
Forget
You
everyone.
have to. You have to.
No, forget everyone.
Then he's just another player. He's a superstar because yes, he plays, but people put him up here because of the way he and he's
Here we
this.
go.
So if you're here,
Is he the face of the league? That's the
Here we
question.
go. You know for a fact I'm a LeBron hater times 10.
go.
Is he the face of
Go
the
ahead.
league?
I'll give you the scenario. Go ahead.
I'm a LeBron hater.
I'm just asking
Go
him.
ahead.
Is he the face of the league or not? I'm just asking. So if he's the face of the
He's
league,
not the only face.
no, I know, but I'm saying if he's one of the face, before you, because I know you know. Think about it like this. Just like we said from before, Jordan's from North Carolina, but he stayed in Chicago. Breezy what's great about his story is he got drafted to your home team. Whether you're winning, that's his home. He's from Cleveland. So you got drafted home. You have no excuse. Right, Akron, Ohio. You have no excuse to leave. If the only dream you have to make the NBA, you make the NBA and you get drafted home, and you're the man. So it's not like you're not the man, you're just a guy there that came from Cleveland, he kind of sucks, so they might trade you. You're the man, and he is great. He's a great player in the league. You stay. You stay and you work. You know what I mean? Even him, think about it, he went back to Cleveland. So it's not like, okay, you left, you did all that, you went back to Cleveland, you won one chip, and you still left. So we ain't talking, I don't think we could even talk anymore about the GOAT situation or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I don't want to criticize the man's career. LeBron's great, but like you can't do it like that. Your story is not going to be a story compared to a lot of other great people, not just Jordan. Like a lot of great people. You go Magic Johnson, you go Robert Horry. To me, has a better story because Big Shot Bob's not a great player, but he's going to go to all these teams because he's not a great player. They had to trade him, and he's still winning chips. You see what I'm saying? So what is it for LeBron? You can't be everything. You know what I mean? Like where are you going to be great? And be great here. You're just going to be a great player, or you the face of the league. Then you got to do more. And when it comes for your story, to me, you know what I mean?
I appreciate the story. That's as far as
right.
It's like this. You have your kingdom. I have my kingdom. He has his kingdom. I now, not really liking something going on here in my kingdom. Stuff's going on, but it's my kingdom. But now I'm gonna go dip because it's not great in my kingdom, but over there it's looking nice. I say, I don't want to be a king here. I'm gonna come here and be a king. Are you allowing me to be your king? Can I come there and say, I'm king?
No, that's Steph's deep. You know when he goes there, it's Steph's deep.
So this is what I'm saying. But then now I'm gonna turn around and be like, I'm the greatest king in the world.
But he did. Remember, that was Wade's
Well,
team.
I don't think.
It was Wade's team.
He said he
Now
was
you're
the
gonna
greatest.
catch me because I'm gonna say I don't think anybody, and I know I said before you shouldn't say anybody, but I don't think anybody's gonna perceive that as him still being a king. If he does that.
But he did. But that's what I'm saying.
When he went to Miami.
He will.
When he went to Miami.
I don't know,
Yes.
but I think predominantly, if you're an NBA fan and you follow the game,
You know.
I don't think the swath of people that follow the game are going to
Let's keep talking.
I don't think the swath of people that follow the game, the swath of fans that follow the game are going to proclaim him as a king because he joined the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
It's just like if he
That's what I'm asked. When he went to Miami, was that Wade's team?
Perfect, there you go.
Was that Wade's team? No.
Yes,
It
it's
was
still
Wade's
Wade's team, absolutely.
And Chris Bosh did a lot for them to win that chip.
I mean, he poured some champagne on
Even
himself,
Ray Allen, but
kind
like.
of hot. You guys can YouTube that.
I can make a meme out of it. I do shit.
But to me, that was LeBron's best time he played. That duel was unstoppable. The man would run a fast break and alley on him anywhere you can think of. You know what I mean? That's the best time he played to me.
People will probably try and say the Cleveland one was.
I was gonna say that.
They'll say Cleveland.
I think Kyrie did a lot there.
Yeah, he did, but they'll say.
That 3-1 comeback.
That's nasty. That's gas.
Compared to the Miami ones, yeah. And it was for your home. That's what I was saying.
It's younger.
If he were to only win that title, I'd put him above whatever you
The
want to call
Cleveland
him.
one?
Yeah, if he were to only win one title and it was in Cleveland, if he
If
never
he
left,
stayed.
if he never
If he
left,
stayed.
no,
Stayed.
but if
If
he
he stayed.
okay, if he never left Cleveland
That's right.
and say he did all of the stuff he's doing now, points,
Stats,
all of that stuff,
points, stats, good grade.
right?
But he
He's gone
had
to
all his
the
chips were
finals,
in Cleveland.
but he
No,
he's lost.
You only won one.
Right.
Would you rate him?
And he won one, I would rate him. Why?
Of course,
Because
I rated him.
no one
He's
else.
great, but I'm not.
He can't say, hey, who was drafted by their state, maybe not their city, but
No, your
okay,
home state.
your home state. You played. You didn't leave your city to play ball. High school, elementary school, high school. You didn't even go to college. So
No, straight
you
to
went
the
from high
league.
school to the league in your own hometown. Brought them a championship, which I don't know if they.
They haven't
The
had a
last
chance for
time
a
they
long
won
time.
a ball
50
title.
something years it was that time.
And you stayed and didn't go to another team and say you retired, or they traded you because whatever they wanted you to go. You're not Jordan for me. But I'll give you.
He is
mad
himself.
respect.
He's
You'll
King
be.
King.
I'll put you right there under.
He's himself.
So you answered my point earlier on in the group chat. That this honestly makes, if this happens, by the way, this is just rumors. No one's saying that
These
LeBron-
trades are not
Yeah, we're not saying LeBron is certified going to.
Yeah.
But if this does happen, this certifies Curry as legit the best player.
Because these guys want to come play with him.
Durant,
They all want to go play with him.
LeBron.
That's what I'm
You know what I mean? Like if you all wanna,
I'm pretty
if
sure
you all
there's other
wanna
guys that
navigate.
try to come we didn't hear about.
Exactly.
There's probably other guys.
Oh, facts.
Oh, for sure.
If
Man,
there's-
the same
if
guy
there's-
that probably was begging to go before Durant could go.
I think this alone, if LeBron doesn't ends up on the Golden State, this alone will put Curry on a different playing field. I think this puts him past LeBron, past KD for sure. And you know that Kobe's my boy. But if you're gonna put Jordan at number one, as winning all 6 championships in one team, and then
It's the fact that he did three,
Right, and
one
then-
break and three.
Right,
two repeats.
and then Curry wins his 5th title, albeit with LeBron.
With Golden State too.
In Golden
Curry
State.
never left. So this is
Facts.
why he gets
This
more
is
to
this
be
is
than Greasy.
this legit for me, my personal opinion, would put Curry right after Jordan.
He is number 2. If he gets remember,
It's still debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable, but I think
Still
that-
debatable.
if he
But
gets
this
5,
happens,
I can't
if
be
he
mad
gets
at
five-
you.
if he gets 5, I mean, I'm not saying
if he gets 5 with or without LeBron,
right,
especially with LeBron,
right.
this puts him at number 2.
To me, it does.
And I don't-
He has 5. He has the same amount as him. No, he has one more than
One.
LeBron, right?
I think it's
One more chip.
No, they both are 4.
They both have 4. So
Right
he
now.
has the same as him right now,
Yeah.
but he has his team.
That's
And
right.
he's
If they
never
get together,
never.
they'll
That's
both
right. That's right.
Right.
But it's still pass. Because like I said, you went to him
Yeah.
to get that title. I don't give a shit if you hit the game winner.
Yeah.
You went to
That's my
him.
point. That's my
Right?
point.
Yeah.
That would put LeBron now further down the totem pole.
Because if he's supposed to be this GOAT and the greatest ever, why is no one going to win? And you're in LA. Cleveland,
Who doesn't
I
want to
could
Who
maybe
doesn't want to
on,
play in LA?
but even if Cleveland is a garbage place like Joakim Noah trying to bat it up, right? Even if Cleveland isn't no great place like that, whatever, you want to win title. Why are you not going to LeBron's team
Facts.
and playing there?
You know,
He had to go to my. I don't care if there's no tax in Miami. Oh, the women are beautiful. You have your wife, so
You went
you shouldn't
to
even be
the
worried about the
women.
girls. You shouldn't even be worried about the
He
women.
went to D-Wade.
You should have had D-Wade.
Bosch got traded.
Bosch should have had. You should have had Toronto trade Bosch to Cleveland. You should have had.
Yeah.
Now you're in LA. Okay, whatever. That's
No, you
there's
don't
no
remember when
reason
they-
you can't
remember
have
when
sex
they-
in LA.
Remember when they had the talk?
You couldn't even get the
He
Rosen
said-
to come to LA.
He said, no, he couldn't even get Bosch and Wade to come. He had the talk. He
Exactly.
said, come to Cleveland.
and you see that's
And Wade was like, why?
that's
South Beach.
So you're not even gonna play.
And Bosch was like, well, they're trading me anyway, so
But-
I'm
but
going
you
to
see-
go to Miami and get
But
a
see,
trade.
that's something that we don't understand outside, but we're the outsiders, not we're the outsiders.
Yeah, you're right.
There's something that's in that sorority where how come nobody is all out saying, yo, I want to play with LeBron. I would love to play with LeBron. You never really hear that. I'm pretty sure if you ask a lot of players, the consensus is I'd rather play with Curry than LeBron. KD even said it a few years ago. When you play with the caliber of LeBron James, he sucks out that air in the room, like everything that just gravitates to him.
It does.
I don't think anybody really wants to play in that atmosphere. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure, and it's weird when you have this king moniker, but you don't hear an yo, my dream is to play with LeBron. Nobody really says it, and I find that very odd.
I haven't not heard them, but I haven't heard it a lot.
Yeah.
Some people say, like, you
No,
know.
you don't hear guys say, "I'll
I'll
play
play
with
with
him."
I'll play with him.
Yeah.
But
I
if
mean,
you had a chance, which player would you want to play with in the league?
Yeah.
You're gonna get different names. You're not just gonna hear LeBron.
Yeah, you'll get a Kyrie.
But again, he's the pro called king. You know what I mean?
That's his name. Hey, you want to name yourself that? That's what you're going to get.
You be the king of your own about like king, goat status and all that. This is not
The
necessarily
hierarchies?
Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I know this has nothing to do with Justin Trudeau.
No, he's.
Oh
this is-
man, no, you
I don't even
want
know why
to
you
I
said
got
that.
you still.
I don't even know why you even said
King,
that.
Did he resign yet?
King leader Justin Trudeau.
Oh, what about, what do you, wait, you want him to stay in power?
Alright, before this will go on the subscription page.
No.
This will go on the subscription page. You gotta pay for this content. We're not trying to get kicked off of teams. You know what I'm
Justin,
saying?
listen, no, real quick. Real quick. Oh, you want me to say, you want to mention Justin while you're stuff? You want me to talk about Justin still? Yeah, so Justin Trudeau, let me say, we got boys that don't really watch in power, you know what I mean? We got cameramans that been talking about you have a camera in the machine, and then just run away when your name comes up. Not me! Not me personally, I'm just saying. We kind of probably need a new leader now.
Some stingy votes coming out.
Yeah, man. Someone just might be voting conservative instead. Yeah.
Yo, we're built for it tough, I heard. So there you go.
Well, you did your thing. You did your thing, Justin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard about the LL Cool J, what he said.
Oh,
His statement.
good
Okay,
topic.
so
Good topic.
he said
Yeah.
he's the most. When you look back and you look at things, that people will see him or should see him as the most important rapper. Do you agree?
That's,
He's not saying.
I got a lot to say.
He's not saying.
that's just his opinion.
Hold on. But he's not saying he's the best rapper.
No. He
The
said
greatest rapper. He's not
influential.
saying that. He's saying important rapper.
You want me to go first?
There's so many important rappers, okay? There's rappers that have changed times, that have set iconic things. LL, to me, you know, you did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but you weren't like some iconic to me in that way. Like, you did a little bit, but I think most of the physicality.
Did you hear what he said? His
Yeah,
statement?
he said most important.
Okay. No. I'm not saying statement.
I
Why? His reason for why.
Oh, no, you didn't.
You didn't hear that?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right.
you didn't.
So you say I'll say some of this stuff. Oh, my bad. I'll say some
I
of
can
this
go
stuff.
for what his R&B. He's saying he came in with the most. From what I know, what I've heard in the past, they're not even new, but he says he's come with the first R&B type lyrical man,
He did.
fizz of specimen
He did.
talks and all this stuff. He grew up in the hood with them, and he was this and that, but he didn't rap about it and all these things. And he has some that's this and that. But to me, you know, women like you, that's great. You made your money that way. That's great. You're rapping. You can rap, but you're not one of the best rappers.
He never said he was.
To me, which is fine. I'm just saying, for me, not one of the best lyrically song-making guys. He makes great songs. He's had his time. He got the TV show. You know, he's done the things that.
Couple TV shows.
Right, he's done the thing, and he has some movies, right? He had the clothing, so he's done the things that most wanted to do, and he did it at an original time back in the day when it was just coming up.
He's one of the pioneers.
Exactly. I'm gonna give that. He is one of the pioneers, especially when it comes to a male rapper getting the female artistry without it being male dominating and also disrespectful to the women. You know what I mean? That type of talk is what I'm just saying. But to be one of the most important, I don't want to say that because his blueprint that he followed wasn't his own. That's all I'm going to say. The things that he was doing were done already, and he just was able to be that iconic person. Some of the other people they're more influential to the audience, and they have a better reaction to the audience than others. And that's just what it is. Like, Jay-Z, they're going to say, look how big Hov is now. At first, that man couldn't get nowhere. Remember, they were dissing him, his teeth is this, he had all the money, but they didn't like his rap there, like nothing. Nothing. And then all of a sudden he's more influential than LL. You know what I mean? And not to say that's because of me, but in general talk, they're going to say he's more influential than LL. You know what I mean? But it really is an opinion, to be honest.
So, number one, LL it's almost like same thing that we were talking about before. If you're the so-called king of the league, you shouldn't be calling yourself the king. We're talking about LeBron James, right? So LL shouldn't be at a point in his 50s. Like I think he was saying that one day he should be getting his flowers, right? You're LL. You don't have to say that. It'll naturally come to you if you think that you're that good, right? Me personally, I love his songs.
Oh yeah.
Lounging, doing it, you know what I mean?
He knows how to make some music.
Now, is he important to the culture? He has an important part of the culture. He's not important. He's not as important as a Jay-Z. You know what I mean? As a rock king. Like,
See when you say these things, what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's not, I don't agree with like, I don't agree that it's Jay-Z, but I'm saying people most generally will put these guys ahead.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, see, it's different. You're going with culture. Rakim. These guys paved the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say LL paved the way for the R&B. No,
I-
the Jodeci. What LL was smart was like, oh, I catch what Jodeci and I
Yeah.
catch what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
Before Joyce.
No, I know. I like to give examples.
No, I know, I get what
If I go back, okay, if I go back to MC Light times, when I go back there, when he's looking at that, because he's really looking at MC Light, Daddy Kane, all these guys.
Him?
No, LL. If you want to go there, LL's not before them.
He was basically the same. He was like the same. Okay, he was about the same time. I hear what you're saying.
A little bit after them, but yeah, like that's. Remember, LL comes out in the early '80s.
He became
I think he
mainstream.
dropped his
He
first
became
album. Was
mainstream.
it 86? He came out or something like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but he was doing
Remember, he
something.
gets his house. Remember when we used to watch In the House? His show. Where I'm in high school. You know what I mean? When he gets his show. When he's doing it. That's the second album where he has a hat.
Yeah.
We're teenagers then.
Yeah.
So
High school days, yeah.
right. So I see where he's looking at it. When I was saying that when he's looking at the culture, they're all looking at okay, what's working, right? And then he did what is important to me was a little bit of the style. So not even the music. Like
Yeah.
you see his hat.
The Cannibal
He couldn't-
hats.
Right. He couldn't show his head. He didn't like to show his head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying he was insecure about that. So like the hats, the style. I'll give him his fashion, stuff like that. You know what I mean? The songs, some of them are great, but they're not gonna be. He doesn't have an album that's like, oh, this is the one that changed everything. A lot of it is like I could play some of that stuff and it goes with it.
He had a lot of hit records like Mama Said Knock You Out, Around the, what is it?
Yeah. To
Around
me,
the Girl.
R. Kelly has more.
Oh, no,
information.
don't compare R. Kelly to Uncle.
I am.
That's-
No,
that's-
they're
no, I know he's not-
gonna diss Kelly.
No, I know you're
Have
saying, but he's
what
talking
he
about,
does.
hold on,
I'm
you're talking
only music.
No, that's what
he's
he's
talking about. I get what he's
No,
saying.
that's what I'm talking about. I was talking about the other stuff.
Yeah.
Music-wise,
Yeah.
don't compare LL Cool J to R. Kelly.
That's what I'm saying. Kelly's way better than him.
Yeah,
In
that's
music,
a different column.
But I don't even think Ellen was trying to say that either. The thing we're looking at like, oh, lyrics and who's this and that.
He's saying he's influential.
Listen to, when you get a chance, try to look it up and listen to what he said. I don't know if
He's
I'm
saying
gonna
that he deserves his flowers.
say- No, he's not listening.
I think he got
He gets his flowers. He gets it.
That's what I'm saying.
I know,
Does he have to
he's
say that?
No, but the thing is, if someone asks you a question, I don't know how it came up. They might have been asking something and he's giving it. But regardless, remember what we get told, right? If someone's not gonna cheer you on, you gotta amp yourself. If people out here now aren't gonna, and especially now, no one's gonna. All the people coming up, listening stuff, they're not gonna. We will have to, and we do, but
Yeah.
these people now aren't gonna really give him his flowers because they don't know
They don't know
what he's done. So that's why he won't get it from these guys.
Yeah.
And no one's showing his past really to say, look, this is what L did. Remember, he came out, okay, 16, right? He came out 16. Came out with the I'm Bad, the jewelry and all that. He was one of the guys that made that big, right? Rocky the Gold Chain and all that. I Need Love. Rappers weren't gonna make them type of tunes. He did that. Now, that's all guys are doing now, making those type of songs, right? He opened the gate for that. The fashion that you guys are saying, yeah. He was a part of that too. The acting, the rappers into acting.
He's the first.
He was one of the first, right? I'm not saying he's an Oscar winner and everything, but he was good enough to get consistent roles. Got a TV show.
He had
Right.
the look. Exactly what I
he-
said. He had the look
he
that
had-
they wanted to take
But
before
this is
they
what-
could take 2 Tupac and all these guys running around. He had the look. When he's coming
Right.
up with Method Man and them, Old Dirty Bastard is really a grungy motherfucker. He
Yeah.
makes better music than him. That's why he could make music with Mariah. But LL looked the part. So they're gonna give that shit to LL, and that's great. But I think what they're missing is Method Man and certain of these guys, they were better. And probably be more deserving, but they just didn't look
but it's
the
not-
way.
but this is
We're
what I'm saying.
missing. We're
No,
missing.
but you see, you're looking to one. That's one thing. What I'm talking important means on an all-around thing. Okay, Wu-Tang got you really grimy stuff, but what else can you like say that
They make
that they
movies.
did that?
Jesus on a
Hello's
thousand
been
movies.
did that though. That's what I'm saying. He's already done all that, right? He did all that. He's the only man to promote another clothing company in other clothing company's commercial and wear it.
Yeah, I remember.
And they didn't even know that shit. We all knew what the fuck was going on. They didn't know that,
No, they didn't.
right? We did all that. But another thing you fail to realize, your DMX, your Meth After and stuff,
Yeah,
all those guys at Def Jam, that's LL.
Okay, I'm glad you touched upon that.
That is LL. He's what Def Jam built off of.
Yeah.
All these guys are eating off of what he did.
But time out. What I think we're.
That's what I think he means by he's saying he's important. He's not saying he's the. If you're talking about, and he's the one.
He shouldn't have to say that.
He's the one. But sometimes you have to.
Why?
Because we're not talking. We only talk and think about who's the best rapper.
But
No one-
Jay-Z's not the
hold
best
on,
rapper.
But no one talk. But people trying to put him up there. At one point, they had him up there. Who's the best MCs? Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. He said it himself or whatever. But regardless, people had him up there. When you talk about goats and stuff like that, no one talks about LL, right? LL's not saying I'm a goat. But no one talks about when we talk about ball, do we say who's the most important ball player? No, we don't.
But you know
We
what?
say who
the
is the
best?
greatest,
But
who is the best.
But you're missing.
But there's probably people more important in basketball than Jordan. Because it has to get to Jordan's
He
point.
said the most important
He
ever
said who's the
existed.
most important rapper.
Ever existed. This is what you're talking about, right? I just want to.
I don't know if that was an interview.
No?
Okay, they're talking. Okay, they're the TMZ, whatever.
Is it? I just wanted to pull it. Keep going.
See, that is
Hold on, just let him see what he says. Let him see what he says.
comes through in the clutch of the pizza. Was that for us?
Yes.
Oh, comes through in the clutch of the pizza. Hey.
What?
You guys are missing a point.
You listen.
No, there's something that you guys are mentioning.
Hold on. You can listen to that.
I'm gonna get into it after.
There's one person that's involved.
I'm gonna get into it after.
Who?
Well, first of all, Def Jam
No.
and Quincy and all them.
No,
they pushed it.
no.
Okay, so what is it you want to say?
The only person that's not that, the reason why he's not where he thinks he should be, Jay-Z. Jay-Z had a chance to promote this guy. You know how much projects this man stopped? How much projects Jay-Z stopped?
Not just him, for all artists. A lot of artists.
And if
Because Jay-Z owns Def
hold on.
Jam now.
Yeah, if LL Cool J was relevant to this day, he wouldn't have to say that. Right?
That's why Shine didn't think. Shine's like once Jay-Z said his shelf.
Once Jay-Z got that
stopped
power,
enough man stuff.
Jay-Z stopped.
But I
He
hear
stopped.
you.
He stopped a lot of people from coming up.
You're taking it in the other tech context, crispy. The only reason I'm saying that is Jay-Z comes way after Ella. So if he needs Jay-Z now to reinvent it,
Well, now it's too late.
this is what I'm saying.
Now it's too late.
So even him saying that with TMZ in a relevant time right now, he's hoping people will understand. I think maybe he's in his feels. I don't know why, but once your career is done, it's done. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. We can make whatever you want. But once you have that time where you're like up here doing whatever you're doing, it's only gonna go this way eventually. So you gotta be okay with this is what I did when I'm doing it. If he wants to do anything else now, I believe he's fine. He can do his acting.
He's not trying to go out and say, "Oh, I'm the greatest." He can still make still
think
active.
he must feel
From
a
16
way,
to
though.
now. We say
Because for you to mention it,
Yeah.
I don't think, like, for you to hope or say you hope or what, why would you want to say that to feel
And
that?
I'm like,
not,
listen
though?
to the interview.
Why not? If someone asked you
I'm
at
not-
the end of your life, what would you? Well, I hope people would look at me as a great influencer. But now you're gonna that's like saying, well, why do you say people should see that anyway? People aren't always gonna acknowledge you. People are gonna want to knock you down when they see that you're there. They're not gonna want to acknowledge you. And again, like I said, we don't talk about.
His career is surpassed the peak, and he has done, like, okay.
He's not
okay,
saying he's important now, like
No,
right
I
now,
get what you're saying, but I'm saying this. It's like,
right?
I'm Michael, for example, I'm me. I know how I am in my accomplishment. I'm saying I'm Michael Jordan.
Mm.
Give a damn what anyone says about me right now. Be like, yo, what have you done in my 3 years? Look at what I've done. You can talk about whatever you want. Look what I've done. For him to bring it up, I'm thinking he feels something, or he feels for. I don't
There's
know what he
nothing wrong with
feels.
that. If
But
you,
I think it's something
that's like
wrong with
working
that.
at- that's like
Because I'm great. I walk outside and I'm LL fucking Cool J. Everyone fucking knows that. I don't care if you're 8 years old. Once I walk by you, your mom's gonna look at me and want me, and then your
Yes.
mom's gonna tell you who I am.
But let me
Yeah.
ask
You
you
understand? I don't need to
But
talk.
Let me ask you
That's what it should be.
Hold on. Well, what exactly does he want from you?
This is what I'm
I'm
wondering.
not saying that you guys are taking it like the man is like begging and crying for it.
No, we're not saying that.
He was just saying, he's talking and he said, you know what?
He must be feeling.
Maybe they asked him, what do you hope at the end of your career, or before you die, or when you die, whatever it is, what is it you hope something? Maybe be like, you know what? I hope people will look at me as
One of
most
the most
important.
important
But he's not
things,
saying
yeah.
I'm a GOAT, but he's just saying like, listen, this is what people aren't maybe acknowledging it because they don't do research. This generation now, and you can go a little bit. They only go to a certain point. They don't know who's this. So it doesn't mean he's talking to us. He could be talking to our kids, people in high school now, college now, saying, hey, when you hear LL Cool J, I'm not just the man that just an actor, whatever. This is what I did. If they talk about rappers, I'm an important person. This is why I feel I'm important. Sometimes you have to state things and then let people go on. And then if people want to come on and say, you know what? No, you're not important. You're not important. We don't talk about important rappers. If you work at a company, you work in a company.
Yeah.
You brought them up, bring them up. Okay?
Right.
All these people are getting recognized. No one's recognizing it. It's not you being like, oh, but it's like, you know what? I'm gonna let you know this is what I did. Now, after this, if you don't want to praise me, that's cool.
Well, what
But you need to know that this rapper that you
should have been.
hold on, this rapper that you think
Yeah.
Drake, Ja Rule, these guys singing
I know what you're getting at.
that stuff, it didn't start there. It started here. This is where it started. We can sit here and we say that because we didn't start anything. But I guarantee if you started something and you're not getting any recognition or
That happens to me all the time.
but then that's on you, brother. But that's on you now if you don't get it. If you're cool with that, that's fine. But not everyone's like that.
You know what's funny?
You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's like that. That's how we have to look at this.
Me and them are different.
Now, if
Budget
you
is different